Hello everyone, welcome to round 9 of 10 for the CTCR Season 1 Championship. We've got 12 drivers on the grid here for the US Grand Prix. Currently leading the championship for the first time since, I think, Monaco. For the first time this season is Lucas Paul. He won last time out in Saudi Arabia. He is 5 points ahead of Emilio 98 Robalino, who actually cannot make it today, but may be able to make qualifying, but at the end of qualifying, but cannot make the start. So currently Lucas Paul could wrap up the championship here if Emilio can't score, and he can, so it could be all in today's race. We'll have to wait and see. Get the lap data sorted out. It's Parallel Silk, I think, is the front. Controller isn't charged. Just get that fixed. So Ronan H has come out onto the mediums. He's thinking of setting a lap on those. We'll see now as Parallel Silk starts his lap. We'll see what sort of time he can set. There's yellow flags. Morris Mo is completely stopped on track for reasons best known to himself. Lucas Paul has started his lap. Mixel's still on his out lap. Morris Mo's got back going again. Ronan H and Victor Mean just giving himself his space to set this fast lap. So we'll go back to Parallel Silk, who's just a bit ahead of Beyond Jensen 2010, and he's going to be setting his lap now. Ooh, yellow flag. I think it's just Mixel going slow, or is it? Oh, it's PWD on his out lap. He's invalidated that. Parallel Silk has kept his lap fairly clean so far. He hasn't invalidated anything yet. We'll see what time he can set. He's braking very early into that corner. A little bit of oversteer. See, it's the apex on the entrance, but can't hit it on the exit. It's into the second last corner. Fair enough time from him. Oh, he's invalidated on the last corner. That's unlucky. Jensen didn't. He's set 1:33.9 to put himself on provisional pole. Next up is Lucas Paul, championship leader, to cross the line. Where will he put himself? He will improve that time by 5/10 and go on to provisional pole. Random Kitty, I think, is starting his lap now, as Twitch Fweddy has gone even quicker with a 1:33.2. Morris Mo has been given a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Twitch Fweddy's. As Victor Mean goes quicker than them all with a 1:32.9. So Lucas Paul's struggling out here. He's a chance to win the championship today if he can win this race, but so far he's only on the second row as Ronan is back into the pits, I think, to change for softs. Morris Mo is on a lap which has been invalid. Marshy has started his lap. Everything is all okay so far. Morris Mo just taking his time. He's probably going to send our lap towards the end. Parallel invalidated another lap there. Ooh, a lot of oversteer there for Beyond Jensen. He's just coming into the pits. So we'll go to Random Kitty. He's on a flying lap, but that's invalidated. Marshy. Oh, everyone is struggling with oversteer out here today. They're just losing the rear end on multiple corners. Parallel back to trying to set a fast time here without it being invalid. There's not many times at the moment that aren't invalid. Look at the moment. Twitch, Freddy's going to come into the pit lane, so he's invalid. PWD, parallel, and he's just invalidated there. So we'll go back. We'll go to Marshy. Marshy is the only time at the moment. Oh, that's a lot of oversteer, and he spun the car. A lot of people have been struggling down in that section of the track with oversteer, with losing the rear end, and he's done the exact same there, and he can't keep the car under control at all, and he's going to have to cruise that one back to the pits and get on a new set. The weather is very overcast, so we'll have to be careful to see if there is any rain to come. DMC Ryan Aguirre trying to set his first lap time on the board. Only 5 laps have been set so far. DMC Ryan Aguirre has set a clean enough lap time, which will only be enough though to beat out PWD 71 to go P5. Morris Mo's also on a fast lap at the moment. I don't think it is very fast at all though. No, I don't think it is at all. Mixel is on a fast lap here. We'll tune in with him and watch, see what's going on. He's kept it relatively clean into Sector 1. A driver, if it wasn't for consistency at the start of the season and a few races after Australia, he well and truly could be in this battle with Emilio. If you think of races like Bahrain, where things were just a little bit all over the place, Mixel could have got himself in on the act. It was Lightning Luke who took the win there in Bahrain. I don't think Lightning Luke should be a race winner by his driver skill, but he's managed to get himself a race win as he sets the fastest of the Sector 2s to the line. The Alpine driver goes. Where will he set this time? Ooh, he just about keeps it on the track. It's a 134.2, puts him P5. A load of drivers doing extremely well at the moment, but also a load of drivers struggling at the moment. Random Kitty is on a lap, which hasn't been invalidated yet. Fastest of Sector 2s, although that could just be a visual glitch. We'll see if it is or not. As Ronan, is he going to get in the way here? He hasn't, but Random Kitty hasn't hit the apex there nonetheless. Let's see. Very clean section there towards the end. This could be a good lap here from the Alfa Romeo driver. A driver who probably could have had a race win at some point this season. Maybe today could be the day. To the line he goes. 134.2, puts him P5. A lot of people going P5 at the moment, but can't quite get anywhere closer other than P5. Marshy, he spun the car into early Sector 1 as Ronan H starts his lap now. Now he could be a favourite to win this race. Almost won in Jeddah if it wasn't for a few penalties. We'll have to see if he can win here today in the McLaren. He's took a very, very quick S section there, and the fastest Sector 1, and rightfully so. goes down the back straight and the main straight for overtaking on this track. Here we go, through turn 17 and 18 we go, into turn 19 now. Very clean. This whole lap has been into the final corner now. Will he be able to improve Lucas Paul's time? He is, and he sets provisional pole. Lucas Paul did improve, we missed that. He went on to provisional pole position, but Ronan H's time has completely beaten that. So now we're just waiting to see Marshy, Parallels and Maurice Mo's time. Victor Mina's on a time, he's 2/10 down. Everyone else is on a slow lap. PWD 71, oh, he's just invalidated there, and he was up in his time as well. Surprisingly, a driver who picked up a podium this season in Great Britain. He picked up a podium, finished P3 because of a Marshy penalty. And you don't know, he might be a favourite next year in Tier 2. We'll see. We need a lot of drivers for our competitive but very casual Tier 2 next season, and our very competitive Tier 1, which will involve these guys up the top in the 133s, 32s, Random Kitty as well in the 34s. Ronan H is going to dive into the pit lane here. I don't know if he's going to get on or set, get straight back out, we'll see. I'm guessing Lucas Paul will as soon as he gets out. He wants to improve in his time. Everyone else out a bit early for their final lap. Parallel, Maurice Mo and Marshy still have to set a lap, as Parallel has set his sector 1, just a 26 second .0 time as he does this long road down into the turn before the straight, turn 11, and then the long road down to turn 12. Okay, yeah, Kiwa's games. So what I want you to do is, if you're in, so click on the spectator menu and it should say driver select, and if you keep going you should be able to find these drivers. So you should go to then Nicholas Latifi, click on driver select, and it should say take control for you, and you should be able to join and probably get a lap in if you're quick enough, as we watch Parallel Silk get to the line. Oh, as he invalidated, yeah, he's on the final corner, and I don't think it would have been enough to beat PWD anyway. And as Kiwa's Games is in, yeah, I remember from URC practice, Ronan, yeah. Okay, so Twitch Freddy is on a hot lap, and he's 1/10 up on his time. He'll need to get a lot more than that if he wants to get up towards Lucas Paul, Ronan and Victor Mean. We'll have to see. Don't know if he has a 5-place penalty for anything. I don't know. I think there was an incident between him and I think it might have been the Haas of Marismo. I don't know. But He has set the fastest of the Sector 2s. It could be another visual glitch, but we'll have to see anyways. I don't think DMC Ryan is keen on getting out of the way here, and he must get out of the way or he's going to block his lap as they go side by side, and I think there is a collision there. I don't know how much that's affected Fouady, but we'll have to see. He still has improved and picked up P3 anyway, but he could protest that and give a penalty to DMC Ryan. As Ronan H and Lucas Paul are both on an out lap now. Ronan H is going to be the first to set his time. Kiwa's Games, Jazz got out in time as well for him to start his one. He wants to just get straight past Ronan. Marshy is still trying to set a lap time without invalidating. Maurice is on one now, but he has invalidated, so he has to get to the line as quickly as possible if he wants to set another one, as Ronan H is starting his lap time to improve on provisional pole position. Lucas Paul still just taking his time, making sure that track temperature is as warm as it possibly can be to improve on his time and get onto pole. Remember, the chance is for him to win the championship today. It's all in his hands. He has a 5-point lead, and if he wins today, it's all over for Emilio, even after him winning it for being in the lead for 8 rounds. As there is a yellow flag, I think involving Marismo, Random Kitty. We'll have to see. There's also more yellow flags beyond Jensen. He hasn't validated his lap, and he probably won't get back in time, so that's the end of qualifying for him. DMC Ryan, to the line he goes. He's improved, but hasn't improved enough. I don't know, does he have enough battery? He looks like he has enough battery to go around again. See if there's any degradation on those tyres. Kiwa's Games about to set his lap time. Didn't hear any apexes there, and oh, who's this coming alongside him? It's Ronan H. They've gotten very close, and Ronan H has gone into the pit lane, and Kiwa's Games will set his lap time anyway, which puts him P7. Has that slowed up Ronan H? I don't know. He was on a fast lap, Kiwa's Games, so if he was slowing him up, it definitely wasn't intentionally. But that could have been a good look, a good lap from Ronan H, as Lucas Paul is improving. Now, will he improve enough to take pole position off Ronan H and McLaren here? We will have to wait and see. Through this long right-hander we go, the 3 apex corner. And he spun. So that's it. Ronan H has an absolute blessing here. Lucas Paul spins going into turn 19, which means that Ronan H has pole position here. Unless Twitch Fouady, don't know how much he's up by, but can he improve and maybe knock Lucas Paul off P2? He hasn't, but he did improve. He just didn't improve enough, and I think that is it. Maurice has DNF'd. Him, Parallel and Marshy all couldn't set a time, so they'll be starting out of the points. PWD is struggling out there, and he'll be starting in P10. He should probably just yeah, I can see Ronan, but sure, there's no point. You got pole position anyway, luckily from a Lucas Paul spin, which he'll be devastated by. PWD couldn't really improve his time at all to get up with that pack between the 134s and 32s. So he's just going to have to cross the line, and we will get on to the race. Okay, let's run through the today's race. So Ronan H is on pole position in the McLaren with Lucas Paul alongside in P2. Twitch Fouadi in the AlphaTauri in P3 with Victor Mean alongside him. Random Kitty and Bjorn Jensen lock out the third row with Kiwa's Games and Mixel making an all-blue fourth row. DMC Ryan and PWD rack out the points of the Q3 finishers, and everyone else couldn't set a time, which was Parallel Silk, Morris Moe and Marshy will round out the rest of the field. So we'll have to see what happens in the race coming up next. So Ronan H will lead us away here. His first pole position. Oh no, I think it's his second pole position. He got pole position in Belgium. It's his second pole position here. I think it's practice for him. League of Ireland has the opening round of Season 8 in the USA, so it'll be good practice for him. And he'll be starting on pole position with a Lucas Paul who is definitely going to be fiery. He knows he needs to win the championship, and he may as well just risk it all here now. Or he could sit behind, make a 23-point gap between Emilio, which means that he'll just have to essentially finish in the points in Brazil next time out. But he'd want to get it done now, and he could start celebrating in Brazil. As a few drivers have been disqualified from the formation lap. Obviously, another thing that can be reported is people causing incidents on the formation lap. It won't affect races, but it will affect penalty points, which can affect races if you rack up enough of them. Because someone like Random Kitty is going to miss out now. Possibly Kiwa's Games, who is P7, could get jumped by Mixel, having warmer tyres now going around this formation lap. But we'll have to see. Throw in your predictions. Who will cross the checkered flag first today? Will it be the McLaren of Ronan H? Will it be Lucas Paul? Or will there be an incident, and maybe could be a chaotic winner? As we see the predicted pit stop strategies, the soft runners are expected to pit around lap 8 to lap 11, possibly going to softs again and then pit again for mediums to the end. But there's lots of different strategies people can have. Maybe they want to go to softs on the end. We'll have to see, and I'm guessing there will be safety cars this race. We don't know how many there'll be, as the 6 cars left in the formation lap line up on the grid. Here we go to 5 red lights for the US Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. It's a solid start from Ronan H as he keeps the lead from Lucas Paul into the first corner. Everything seems to be clean. A bit of bumping from the Alpine and the Haas, and the Alpine's been spun round into turn 1. That's him gone off and dropping back to places. Him and the Haas got very close, which eventually led to a dive bomb on the Williams, which means that the Alpine of Mixel is gone to the back. And I think another Williams has been spun round. Who was that? As we'll get the timings on now. Kiwa's Games also been spun round to the back of the grid. He's down to P13. Otherwise, very clean getaway, not much damage into turn 1. Twitch Freddy has been jumped by Victor Mean. DMC Ryan P5, Marshy P6. Everything is fairly clean at the moment. Mixel is making his way back up places. Parallel and PWD is both spun. They're around at the back. Ronan has kept his place beyond. Jensen has got by Morris Moe for P8. These two are having a battling at the back. But at the moment it's the McLaren of Ronan H who leads the way here into lap 1 of 28. So we'll have a look at positions games. So Kiwa's Games has lost 6 positions off the start. Mixel's lost 4. Parallel and PWD have both keeping their place, with Morris Moe gone up 4 positions to P9. Beyond Jensen and Random Kitty have dropped 2 places, with Marshy gone up 6 places. That's an excellent start from him. I told you with Random Kitty and Jensen not doing the formation lap, how much that would cost them. DMC Ryan Aguirre's got up 4. And then obviously Freddy and Victor Mean has changed places, but otherwise it's been a very, very clean getaway, and hopefully it can stay clean for the rest of this race. There hasn't been a race this season without a safety car. Actually, no, there was. Monaco never had a safety car, which was surprising, but although it still did have 6 DNFs, just no safety car. As there's a yellow flag into Sector 2, it is Parallel, Silk and Mixel going wheel to wheel, as I think Parallel's picked up a time penalty, 3 seconds time penalty. That was obviously for exceeding track limits, as Twitch Freddy has got back by Victor Mean into P3. Switch back to the front. Ronan H trying to extend his lead. Morris Moe has got a penalty for exceeding track limits, as this is the real closest battle at the moment, as Victor Mean is very slow at the moment. I think he's ran a bit wide. Him and the Alfa Romeo go extremely close. Random Kitty gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting, as Victor Mean, I don't know, was he trying to go into the pit lane there? Does he have damage? He does, he has damage. He must have got contact, and he tried to go into the pit lane, and he hit off Random Kitty, and Random Kitty had to cut the corner to get and got a 5-second time penalty. I think it's just misunderstanding from both of them, and could lead to a report at the end, as Ronan H is building his advantage on Lucas Paul. Sector 1 is just so clean, as there is someone spinning around. It's DMC Ryan has hit the wall at the end of the S section. A virtual safety car is out because of it, as these two, Random Kitty and Victor Mean, definitely aren't going to be too happy with each other. Kiwa's Games also DNF'd, and the safety car is out as well. So I had to curse what I said, the commentators curse. I thought there may not be any safety car after the clean getaway. It's lap 3 and the safety car is out for 2 DNFs off the start. Ronan H came into the pits, got a set of mediums on, so did Lucas Paul. Fouady didn't. He's in P1. Still on those softs. So everyone's caught up to the safety car, which means that no one's really been slow, as Bjorn Jensen and Marismo have dived into the pit lane. So the safety car will be staying out at least one more. Lightning Luke 05 has joined the session, not realising that his seat has already been taken up by a McLaren driver. And the race has already started, so I suppose he can watch the race as, Victor Mean and PWD have both picked up penalties, 5-second time penalties for hitting into each other. No, PWD didn't get a penalty, Victor Mean did. Parallel, Twitch, Fouady, Marismo is 13. It's not good at all. Bjorn Jensen is 3. Safety car is in this lap. So, let's see how this will start. It's a McLaren 2-3. Marshy's got himself up into P2. We'll see if he can stay there. A driver desperate for a podium because he's been at almost every single race. He just doesn't seem to be able to get any sort of form in. He may get a bit more luck in Tier 2 next season. Twitch. Fouady is going to lead us away. We'll watch from the perspective of Marshy when he'll go. He goes now. Straight in to green flag racing we go. I think Ronan H may have got a better exit than his teammate Marshy. Will he launch one up the inside? Marshy should obey. He knows his teammate is quicker and maybe he can hold up Lucas Paul behind and let Ronan get a bit of a way as Twitch Fouady has hit the wall, which means Ronan H is straight into the lead off turn 2. Lucas Paul will not want to be held up at all by Marshy here. Want to get by him as quickly as possible. PWD is into the pit lane as the safety car restart happens. Twitch Fouady, it's all gone wrong. It's gone from first to last in one corner. Parallel Silk picks up another penalty for corner cut, and he's going to need to watch that oversteer for Marshy. which means that he will be slower off the exit. Can Lucas Paul make a move? He can't, and Marshy is doing a good job here for Ronan in keeping Lucas Paul behind. It means that Ronan can build a lot of a gap now between him and the Ferrari driver. Mixel and Random Kitty battling now for places at the moment. Marismo has got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. What is he doing back here? Oh, and Parallel Silk has gone flying into him. Marismo's just drove in to Twitch Fouadi here. He has no wing. What is he trying to do here? He's waiting for the Red Bull. All this we've watched, we've missed Lucas Paul getting by, and on the Haas has left the session without retiring. Oh, fuck's sake. Mind my language. To be honest, Parallel will probably do me a favour in taking out Marismo here. Ooh, a load of people are really struggling there onto turn 16 or turn 17. They're just struggling to keep the rear ends without having it snapping. Turn 15 there, yeah, they're struggling. As Lucas Paul is starting to catch up a bit now to Ronan H. He wants to get this track position. He's the one with the fastest lap at the moment. "20 laps to go." Ooh, and Ronan had to exceed track limits a bit there, which means Lucas Paul will catch up now. Get within a second, definitely, anyway. Victor Mean is the next man on the podium with Marshy in P3. Marshy with 3 seconds, Victor Mean with an 8-second penalty, so Marshy comfortably on the podium at the moment. Yellow flag into Sector 3. Parallel Silk has gone round. And Marismo's AI has gone through. Marismo's been banned from the server for, well, you got a 10-second time penalty. Parallel spinning all over the place. I'd like it if he just retired in the pit lane. That'd be great. Marismo is back in the pit lane again. Yeah, Parallel has retired from the session. So everyone else that's running is going to get a point, which is guaranteed. DRS is now enabled. Ronan H is in P1. Oh, and he's picked up a time penalty for exceeding track limits ever so slightly, but he has done it nonetheless, as Lucas Paul does have DRS here. He has ERS deployed as well, just like the name of his championship rival. Will he go for the move here down the back straight? He will, and he'll take the lead of the US Grand Prix, and currently is the CTCR champion, but we'll have to wait and see if he can see this out. He set the fastest of all Sector 2s. Ronan H does have a penalty as well. He may have been quicker in qualifying, Ronan H, but Lucas Paul definitely has had the best race pace at time, especially on this medium tyre. Ronan H may want to get onto that soft tyre as quickly as possible. That's where he was having the most joy at the moment. Maurice Moe, his AI, kind of getting in the way here, and that may cost Lucas Paul, as Ronan H is going to go for a move here. He just about has his front wing ahead. He's his whole car ahead going into turn 1, 30 metres above the rest of the track. Ronan H retakes the lead here, thanks to the back marker of Maurice Moe, as Twitch Fouadi has spun the car again into Sector 2, and I think may have affected PWD, doesn't look to have been. So we'll switch back to the main talking point. The two at the front, Ronan H and Lucas Paul, have been staying within a second of each other for a lot, and he does have DRS for this straight 2. Where will Ronan send them? Again, a little bit of oversteer. He's just going to keep the race in line, and Ronan H is going to stay out there breaking the toe. Can Ronan H get a bit of joy and get away? Lucas Paul will want to stay within 3 seconds of the McLaren ahead. Keep this lead. Marshy's been overtaken by Mixel. Marshy still in a good position at the moment in P5, but Random Kitty close behind him. Lucas Paul slowly falling away, but will have DRS down this pit lane straight. But again, it's just way too far back. That's Ronan H. Very strong around here. Not much is happening at the moment. Ronan H is just making his advantage better and better. A lot of people at the back are getting time penalties, as Fouadi will want to make the move here on PWD. 71 for P8 does get his AlphaTauri into the... Oh, and PWD has shot one straight back at him, but a lovely switchback from the AlphaTauri driver makes an AlphaTauri 7-8 at the moment, currently around Austin. Ronan has lost a bit of time there into Sector 1. Which means that I don't think it means anything. Anyway, not much else is happening other than beyond Jensen is going to be Marshy's next victim to overtake him. Again, the DRS is open. Marshy, a little bit of weaving. Not too much. Bjorn Jensen gets the move done nonetheless. Marshy concedes the place, but luckily it's 43 seconds until Fouady behind him, so he should be able to keep that P7. Otherwise, everything else relatively straight. Marshy is staying close enough to Bjorn Jensen, but just not close enough. Ooh, and a little bit of oversteer again. And Bjorn Jensen is out of the DRS of him, but Random Kitty is gaining a bit as Marshy is into the pit lane for his first pit stop. Otherwise, everything else is very just standing beside each other. Although Random Kitty is starting to catch up to Mixel. Random does make the move and gets the move done. P4 for him. Bjorn Jensen is starting to catch up now to that pack for P4, 5 and 6, because Victor Meehan is starting to create a bit of a gap, but is also falling behind the two in front, Ronan H and Lucas Paul. Lucas Paul still currently in the race lead because of Ronan H's penalty. Still 15 long laps to go as we finally hit the halfway point as Ronan crosses the line there. 14 laps to go. So we're halfway through the US Grand Prix. So Random will comfortably take P4 now as Mixel and Bjorn Jensen are into the pit lane. Ooh, and who was it? Oh, it was Lucas Paul. Lucas Paul spun into Sector 1. I missed that completely. That is not good at all. Ronan H now definitely has the race lead, and Victor Meehan also has got by Lucas Paul, but I don't think is still in P3. Because of penalties. Yeah, he has 8 seconds. Lucas is only 6 seconds behind. Marshy's picked up another penalty. Marismo is 26 seconds. PWD is 24 seconds. And the rest all have 9 up to Mixel and Random. Victor Meehan 8. Ronan 3. So it looks like Ronan H should have this win wrapped up now with 14 laps to go. Ronan H now has just 12 laps to cruise till the end of the race. The field is well spread, but there's no one even close to another car. Bjorn Jensen, I suppose, is close enough to Mixel. We'll see if he can get a move done. Otherwise, very boring race. Not much is happening at all. Yellow flag, and it's Marshy, sadly, DNFs, which brings out the safety car. Whew. That is going to be interesting now. Everyone is going to be able to catch up, other than Morris Moe has been lapped by I think every driver at the moment. We'll see. Go to detail or gap to the leader. Yeah, so everyone should be able to catch up. PWD is close to Ronan now. Don't know if PWD will come into the pit lane. Well, he's on medium, so I don't think he will. Ronan H is probably gonna come in anyway. And PWD picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding. He should probably just retire as well. So Marshy will only pick up 1 point, and PWD has been disqualified from the session, which means Parallel Silk will now pick up 1 point. Marshy will pick up 2. Morismo is going to pick up, well, the Haas team will pick up 2. So everyone should be able to catch up now, other than the Haas. The Haas has already been lapped, so he will be starting from the back and be behind everyone by 1 lap. Victor Meehan does come out ahead of Lucas Paul, but then again Lucas Paul should be within the time penalty of Ronan H. As long as he doesn't spin again, the championship could be wrapped up today. So Ronan H, Victor Meehan, Lucas Paul, Mixel almost catches up. Random Kitty right behind. Bjorn Jensen and Twitch Fleddy just out of the pits. And then Morris Moe has already been lapped by everyone. So definitely spices up these last few laps now. Gives an opportunity to a lot more drivers. Happen. 2 AlphaTauris look like they're going to be staying where they are. Both of them have very high penalties. Everyone else only has a 3-second time penalty, so they should be all good from where they are. Victor Meehan could well and truly be on for a race win here. Maybe another P2, like he has got the previous 4 races. Or previous, or the 3 before. I think Ronan H picked up P2 in Saudi Arabia. We'll want to pick up P1 here today. Bjorn Jensen is gone into the pit lane again. Will he come out ahead of his teammate? So just need to wait for the Haas to hurry up and catch up to the rest of the pack, and then we can get going again. Because it looks like the safety car is staying out. No, safety car is in this lap. The Haas has caught up, despite being a lap behind everyone. It has caught up. So now we have 10 laps of racing ahead to the checkered flag. Who will be the ones to get it? Let's go, go, go. Ronan H blitzes Victor Meehan from the start. Already 1.1 seconds ahead. Everything is clean up to turn 1. Doesn't seem to be anyone getting close, up and close for this start. Lucas Paul will want to keep it clean at the moment. As he is dropping further and further behind Ronan. Almost within that 3 seconds that Ronan wants. Still only 2.2 at the moment. We'll put the gap to leader to see how far behind Lucas Paul is to the race leader. He's going to have to get by Victor Meehan as quickly as possible into that clean air, especially into this part of Sector 2 that's just so much reliant on downforce. No dirty air will help. But he's keeping the gap within 3 at the moment. Mixel is starting to fly away. These 3 yet again battling it out for P4, with also Twitch Fwaddy behind, and then obviously the AI of Marismo. Still 2.5 as we enter the last 8 laps of the race. Victor Meehan picks up a penalty which gets rid of all of his chances of winning this race, and he has just let by Lucas Paul, and he's gonna say, Lucas Paul, go on, have a go at Ronan. 2.8 seconds. He's gonna have to get that down a bit further, give him a bit of a cushion for mistakes. There's no mistakes at the moment because Ronan H isn't making any, and he cannot get a penalty at the same time either, because then they'll have to race for position, as Ronan H's Sector 1 has got him 3 seconds ahead of Lucas Paul and into the race lead. 8 laps to go. Will it be enough for Lucas Paul to catch up and stay within 3 seconds of the McLaren ahead? He's doing a great job for Emilio. It's bringing it all the way to Brazil, the championship battle, which is what you want. You don't want people winning it 1 race, 2 races before the end of the season. You want battles all the way onto the final race of the season, although that battle may be having to be Lucas Paul finish out of the points and Emilio win the race. But we'll see what happens when the time comes. He is over 3 seconds ahead. DRS has been enabled now, which I don't think will be effective at all for Lucas Paul. He's just getting further and further behind. He didn't feel he maybe could have took the gamble and went on to softs for this restart. Ronan H did, and you could see his race pace on them. He's just so much quicker than the Ferrari driver. And if maybe Lucas Paul maybe could have went for a move eventually. He's gone for the long game though. If Ronan's tyres do wear, Lucas Paul could catch up, but that would be in a good few laps time, as we'll switch the gap back to interval, as these two are within interval of each other anyway. The 2 AlphaTauris are battling for P4. Random Kitty has dropped back down. I don't know if it's been problems for him and Mixel, or if these two are just very fast. It'd be a good finish, but I'm pretty sure both of them have a lot of penalties. They do. 9 and 12 seconds. It's not going to help at all as they're battling each other here, going for moves. And Twitch Fwedi gets the move. Lucas Paul is drifting further and further away from that P1, from that championship. A race early. Will he get it, is the question. We'll keep an eye on the interval, but at the moment this is the battle to be watching. The battle of the alphas. But it seems like Twitch Fwedi just has that more pace at the moment, ahead of Beyond Jensen. We'll keep that P4. It's the last time we'll see the US on the calendar for on F1 2021. The race calendar for Season 2 has been announced, and there is no track in the US. Other tracks that are on the calendar but won't be next season are Australia, Monaco, Baku, Saudi Arabia, and the USA. Unless, I think has Baku made the calendar? No. Yeah. We'll just say the calendar here, while if some people want to know, thinking of joining. So we have a first 3 rounds. Obviously dates are still to be confirmed. Most likely we'll start Bahrain on the 19th of June because of I will have my junior cert on before then, so I don't think I'll be able to or 19th, I think it's the 19th, yeah, or no, 18th of June, yeah, I'll have my junior cert on before then, so I won't be able to do any races, and I'd love to commentate the opener, especially for Tier 1. We also do need Tier 2 commentators. We are still to decide on what days Tier 2 will be on. Obviously we will need commentators for that, because most days I will be unavailable. Probably might try do them on Friday nights for Tier 2 and Saturday nights for Tier 1. I can't do Friday nights, I have football training, so we'd love to have a commentator that may want to do them. So opening round in Bahrain, and then we go across Asia to China, and then down a bit further to Singapore, and then we have 1 week break, which brings us to Imola, Austria and Great Britain, and then we have a 2 week break between then our summer break, which then brings us to then brings us to this European tour of Netherlands, Belgium and Italy, before another 1 week break, which ends with Canada, Mexico and Brazil, probably around August time, and then we will switch to F1 2022. So people may get 22 early, but I would like people in the league just to keep F1 2021 downloaded for people that to finish off Season 2 before we move on then to Season 3. Hopefully we get the 40 drivers that we would like for the 19th of June. It's all up to the amount of people that do want to race. Obviously we'll hope the quality of racing is better than Season 1 too. Obviously Season 1 will be a lot of experiments, a lot of interesting ways, as Ronan H, it's just getting better and better for him. It's 6 seconds now between him and Lucas Paul. He could get another penalty if he wants to, and he will be sorted for this race win, which means that it will go down to Brazil unless something happens in the final 4 laps, as Random Kitty is getting very close to Beyond Jensen here. The revs per minute are very, very awkward from Random Kitty going up the gears. Beyond Jensen lets him by Was that tactical now to rob DRS? Does he get DRS is the question. I don't think he does. I think Random Kitty gets it. He does. But the toe down this straight is still just so powerful that Bjorn Jensen may get the move anyway. Here we go. Into the braking zone. It's very tight. He kind of parks the car on the corner and manages to regain the position. It's an excellent battle between... It's another battle of the alphas, you can say. Random Kitty and Bjorn Jensen, as Twitch Freddy has gone into another level of speed at the moment. Into P4. Victor Mean has picked up another time penalty. So Random Kitty is okay. He's going to pick up P5 as Bjorn Jensen has all those penalties. Victor Mean is getting very close now between him and Twitch Freddy. He just needs to stay within 3 seconds on these final 4 laps. And then also not pick up another penalty if he wants to get that podium. Otherwise, Lucas Paul, I think he may as well just take it easy now and hope for a spin. There's no way the tyre degradation will be that bad for Ronan H in these final 3 laps that he will lose 3 seconds. He should have this race wrapped up as long as nothing else happens. We'll switch back to the battle of the Alphas, the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo. Random Kitty did get back by Bjorn Jensen, but Bjorn Jensen really is burning that battery. So is Random Kitty. They're both at the single figures of ERS. Bjorn Jensen will get the DRS though this time. And obviously we know how powerful that toe is down this back straight. You seem so far back, but the straight just grows and grows, and here he'll go, a dive down the inside. That's way too wide. Random Kitty will easily switch back on him, but then again Bjorn Jensen has got very, very close. He came off the track to gain that position there. It's going to be P5 with a lovely battle, but then again, here goes Random Kitty back down the inside. Bjorn Jensen and him are having a mighty scrap here. Random Kitty's going to try go round the outside of the AlphaTauri. Will he get the move done? It's a battle. They're spinning all over the place. But in the end, that is an amazing move from Random Kitty. He picked up a time penalty, but so did Bjorn Jensen. So I don't know. Around the outside, they're just battling and banging wheels. But it's so fair. But at the same time, such good racing as Bjorn Jensen took it a bit too far and has spun the Alfa Romeo. He's kept the engine running. He just needs to keep going now. There's no way he's going to lose that amount of time. 18 seconds is the penalties. That's 12 seconds. Yeah, he will pick up P5, but Jensen took that one a bit too far. He'll drop back to P6 anyway, and possibly to P7 if he gets a penalty that bad. We will see. Ronan H still gaining time on Lucas Paul. This stage just doesn't get better. It's Bjorn Jensen slowing down, letting Random Kitty past. Don't know if this is just to continue the entertaining battle. He knows he has the penalties, but he's given up the place now to Mixel in slowing down there, which means that he'll definitely get P7. Or maybe that was just some sportsmanship for accidentally taking him out into turn 1. These two, again, going to have this lovely battle into the final sector. Random Kitty, oh, along the inside, and the AlphaTauri couldn't keep it straight. Has spun the car and has bounced off the Rolex barriers there, which means that he will finish P7. I don't think Random Kitty will be a driver to slow down for Bjorn Jensen then as well, so means that Bjorn Jensen will finish P7. Mixo picks up another time penalty. Them two both have 6, and that means Victor Mean, he is within the 3 seconds, but it's very, very close. We'll see if Twitch Freddy will be able to keep that. He is catching up to Lucas Paul a bit now, the AlphaTauri driver. We'll see if he's catching up enough. But 12 seconds penalty is going to hurt him. He's going to have to hope for Lucas Paul to spin out here. And I don't think Lucas Paul will be that daft to do that, as Ronan H cruises around Sector 2 or Sector 3 on his soft tyres, which he put on a good few laps ago. Yeah, 9 laps old softs, but the tyre wear seems excellent at the moment. Doesn't seem to be losing time at all to Lucas Paul. He's just gaining it every single corner. Possibly going to be a 10-second as he bossed this race after that second safety car as we enter the final lap of the US Grand Prix. Victor Meehan has picked up a penalty. That's not what he wanted to do. That means he's level with Twitch Freddy, and although being the 3 seconds behind anyway, it means it's almost definite now that he won't be on the podium today. So as we'll watch this final lap from Ronan H through Sector 1, now into Sector 2. On the long drive now, down into turn 11. Hits the apex well there. He's been hitting apexes, he's been doing everything right today. I don't know if you can count anything he's done wrong today. Maybe not overtaking the day like he did get last time. We'll see all that in the Sky Sports F1 section on the Discord. Another good turn there into turn 12. Obviously it'll be nowhere near his personal best, as a 1:34.8. Don't think anyone will beat that. Lucas Paul didn't want to pit to get the fastest lap, but Ronan H has the fastest lap. He had pole position, and he's going to have the race win today. So it's another race win for McLaren. First Lightning Luke in Bahrain, and Ronan H wins it today in the US of A, as Lucas Paul comes home in second place to pick up 18 points and have his championship lead. He's let Twitch Freddy by. He's also let Victor Meehan by, and he's come to a complete stop here. Don't know what he is doing here. Is he letting everyone by? I thought he'd pick up P2 here. I don't know what Lucas Paul is doing. Ronan, no, there is no interviews. We haven't done any in season 1. We're probably well in season 2. And Lucas Paul's been disqualified, which means that he'll pick up no points today. So that is very odd indeed. Maybe he's trying to make it interesting into Brazil. Don't know what he was really doing, but fine by him. So that means that Victor Meehan will be on the podium. Bjorn Jensen will pick up P6, Mixel in P5, and Random Kitty in P4. As we watch the podium, Ronan H on the top step, and I don't think there's going to be any reports that are going to take him down off it. It's going to be a P1 finish for the McLaren driver. He's a reserve at the moment. We'll see if he will want to join Tier 1 in Season 2. Along with Twitch Friday and Victor Meehan, who are also on the podium. There'll be 2 who should be in Tier 1 next year. Also Lucas Paul, who got disqualified there at the end of the session, maybe wanting to make it a bit interesting into the final race of the season. So a race rundown today. Winner of the US Grand Prix is Ronan H. Twitch Freddy P2 in the AlphaTauri, Victor Meehan P3 in the Williams, Random Kitty P4 in the Alfa Romeo, Mixel P5, Bjorn Jensen P6, Marismo P7 in the Haas. He's been banned from the server for obvious reasons. Marshy in the McLaren with P8, Parallel Silk P9, DMC Ryan Aguirre P10, and then Kiwa's Games 11. Lucas Paul was disqualified for wrong way in P12. He wants to make it interesting for Brazil. And then PWD has DNF'd and been disqualified, and also has a race ban for Brazil for the instance around him. Thank you for the race today. Have a great night.